Forrest. All right, the next question is about community engagement, and Jeff, we're going to start with you. How will you personally engage with the community as a board member, and what expectations for community engagement will you have for the district administration?
That's a really important question. This is something that I've been talking about at school board meetings for years. Our current board is not engaged in the community. You can find the clips on YouTube. I've been saying this for years. The board needs to get out into the community and meet people. When we have school events, our board members are not showing up. That's a problem. How do I know they're not showing up? Because I'm there. My kids are already involved in all the things, whether it's soccer, or dance, or art, or orchestra, whatever they're doing, I'm there. The board members should be too. The board members should have community listening sessions. As I said, I go to these meetings, I take my 3 minutes, there's no dialogue, there's no feedback. If I'm elected, we'll have periodic listening sessions where you can come and tell me whatever's going on in the district, so I can take those ideas back to the administration and back to the board. That's very important. I have the same expectations for the administration. The administration handles the day-to-day operations of the schools, but they should also be the public-facing, the interface between the district and the community. We're not doing a great job at that either. I think our superintendent did a good job helping us get the levy passed, but I don't see them around the community as much as I'd like them to. So it's very important that they get out there, engaging with the community, they're at the events, so we can rebuild that trust, that relationship between the district and the community.
Thank you, Jeff. Jeremy?
Thank you. The way that I will personally engage with the community is the way I'm doing it now. I will continue talking to anyone and everyone about public schools. This is my passion and this is what I do professionally. Talking about schools comes easy, and that is whether we agree or disagree. I'm always interested to hear different perspectives from people in the community, because that's how you get good ideas. That's how you learn new approaches. That's how you learn from new perspectives, and I think that's extremely important. As Jeff kind of mentioned, being engaged with the community is not just a one-time thing. It needs to be ongoing, and I think that as we move forward with this, that ongoing communication will take the form of emails, it will take the form of meetings, it will take the form of the community coming together and telling us what's on their mind. I think for that to happen, you have to be willing and open to listen, and I'm willing to do that. For our administration, the same thing applies. They need to be communicating regularly and effectively with our community. That means not just parents of students in the schools, but also community members, also the kids themselves. Seeing them out in the community at events is beneficial not just for the kids, but also for the staff and for everyone in the community, because they feel that the community is coming together and that it's a cohesive unit.
Thank you, Jeremy. Erin?
If I'm elected to the board, I will engage with the community the exact same way we've been doing with this campaign. And that's the things that Jeff and Jeremy talked about. Being at all the events, saying what questions do you have about the school board or about the race, or what are you seeing with your kids, or what are you experiencing? And I think that you should have dialogue with people, even if you don't agree with them, and maybe especially if you don't agree with them, because that's the way that we come to a community consensus. Community building was part of my job before I moved to Boston. Before I moved here from Boston, I was a resident advisor on a college campus with my husband and young children. We lived in the dorms, and don't worry, we had our own bathroom. But community building was part of our job description. And so we were hosting monthly open houses for 50 students or more to come over to our house. And those students came from all over the world and didn't always agree with each other. But one of the things I learned about engaging with the community is that it's not just about you engaging with them, it's helping them connect with each other. And I think that's one of the things that can help Anderson grow into an even stronger community. People here all want the same things. We want strong schools, we want to protect our investment in our properties, and we want the kind of community that people are attracted to and stay at year after year and generation after generation. And I think the message that I try to make with community is genuine human connections can improve the quality of life for everyone.
Thank you, Erin. Forrest?
All right, so kind of piggyback on some of what I've said before. Not only is what we can do, but what we have done. I've been there. We've done this. Our community involvement was a lot better in the past. One of the best places to get community involvement and get input is actually, and I'm not totally just sucking up, but the people in this room. Okay, Forest Hills Council is made up of the shakers and doers of the district. They are the lifeblood of the district. one of the things that the board has gotten away from is showing up at Forest Hills Council meeting, which just blows my mind. Because when we went through some terrible, COVID and some, the building issues and our levies and all, the people in this room and then the people that were there this morning are the ones that actually get stuff done. We provide policy and we provide directive, but it's the people that we've all talked about are the ones that really get stuff done. So the Forest Hills Council, one of the PTAs, when I was on the board, each of the board members had a PTA that wasn't one of their kids that was assigned to them. It was kind of a host PTA. So we would go through and you could funnel the questions and comments from the community in through the PTA, which was great, and it kind of pushed people to go to PTA meetings. Administrative wise, I'm a big fan of open house. The last superintendent I had, we had him have office hours at Cervati's or at Panera, and you could just show up at any time and sit down with the superintendent of the school district and discuss whatever you wanted to, and that was very popular. So, those are some things.
Thank you, Forrest. And Mark?
Always fun to be fifth. I think really, as everybody's talked about, it is engagement with the community. Whether it be the community at Forest Hills, whether it be the community at your church, if it's local. One of the things that I've started to advocate for on the board is reinstituting our advisory council. I think it's a lot like the Forest Hills Council, but having some business leaders, having community leaders, so there's a focal point that we can all sit down and talk about what are the major issues that we're hearing about, whether it be business issues, whether it be community issues, whether it be student issues. We need a kind of a formalized process to do that, where you actually get good viewpoints from different folks, whether they go to our schools, whether they live in the district and don't go to our schools. We need to hear these different viewpoints on what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. One of the other things that I would like to start doing a lot more of, we have lost more kids than I think any of us would like to private schools as well as to homeschooling in the last 4 or 5 years. I think one of the things that I've started talking about with Larry, I think it was my first board meeting in April, was that we need to start doing exit interviews with families who are leaving our schools and find out why are they leaving, what are we doing wrong. Because if we get those students back, that's 200 to 250 students that we've lost over the last 5 years. We get those students back, it means we're doing a better job than we're currently doing.
Thank you.